From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Israel says the Gaza ceasefire is now in effect following an almost 3-hour delay. Local media have identified one of the 3 hostages set to be released today as part of the agreement with Hamas. Citing her brother's social media, 24-year-old Romi Gonen will be set free. She was abducted from the music festival at the start of the Israel-Hamas war back on October 7th, 2023. Israel has not confirmed any of the 3 names provided by Hamas, and the other 2 families have not yet commented. Back home now, where the deadline for entering the Liberal leadership race is just a few days away, and the field is continuing to grow. Government House Leader Karina Gould says she's ready to throw her hat into the ring. Gould says in a video posted to social media that the party needs to rebuild with a leader who has a track record of standing up to bullies and won't back down. As the Liberals' House Leader, Gould often had to face off with ranking Conservatives during debate in Parliament. TikTok has gone dark in the U.S. after legislation took effect early this morning that booted the social media platform from American app stores.
The incoming Trump administration has vowed to preserve TikTok, possibly through executive order. It marks a reversal for President-elect Trump, who tried and failed to ban the app in his first term. Meanwhile, any deals to buy TikTok from its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, remain in question. University of Minnesota law professor Alan Rosenstein.
The Chinese government has stated that it will not allow ByteDance to sell the algorithm, and that may change, but I think that's the assumption that we should go on. It's also not clear if the Chinese government will allow ByteDance to sell anything.
Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
With U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's second inauguration set for tomorrow, Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. is undergoing some last-minute changes. Reporter Perry Russum takes a look.
Workers are busy building a stage inside the Capitol Rotunda after the decision was made to move Monday's inaugural events indoors. The massive outdoor platform where the oath is normally taken can hold more than 1,000 people. The Rotunda can only hold about 600 guests. President Biden, members of Congress, and other notable guests will be there, but the vast majority of ticketed guests will not be able to attend the ceremonies in person.
The move inside was triggered by extremely chilly weather in the forecast. And speaking of chilly weather, most of Canada's northern regions are under an extreme cold warning this morning. Environment Canada has frigid Arctic temperatures forecast from high level in northern Alberta right across the country to Quebec City. In most cases, temperatures will feel like minus 40 to 45 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. But the agency is warning that in some parts, it'll feel more like minus 50. And finally, a heads up for New Brunswick residents who could be staring down some significant snowfall beginning later this evening. Most areas of the province will likely see more than 25 centimeters of snow through tonight and into tomorrow morning, with northerly winds causing periods of reduced visibility. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Oliver Ekman-Larsson's power play goal early in the third period snapped a 3-3 tie and lifted the Toronto Maple Leafs to a 7-3 NHL win over the host Montreal Canadiens. Elsewhere around the league, other Canadian teams seeing action. Vancouver beat Edmonton 3-2, Calgary beat Winnipeg 3-1, and Ottawa got past Boston 6-5, but it took a shootout to get there. Over in the NFL divisional round playoffs, saw the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Houston Texans 23-14, while the Washington Commanders got past the Detroit Lions 45-31. In the NBA, Phoenix, Atlanta, Indiana, Golden State, Cleveland, and Houston all found the win column. And Roman Sadovsky is again a Canadian champion. Sadovsky capturing gold in the men's competition Saturday at the Canadian Figure Skating Championships in Laval, Quebec, regaining the title after last winning it in 2020. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.